There it is. Atlanta skyline. Wednesday morning. Heading out to a special grave site today. One I was planning on doing the day I got here. Actually, even planning on doing before I got to the hotel. That did not happen. So when I got here, it was kind of a rush to get to the hotel and got a good night's sleep. It is about 10 o'clock now. I'm heading out here in a few minutes to go to the cemetery and then to the zoo. So let's see what the day brings. I appreciate you guys coming along. So let's go do this. This is the restaurant. Right, this is the on-site restaurant. Does not seem to be either open or very busy. I think we'll just hit the Starbucks, grab a coffee, maybe a sandwich. Okay, the only cool thing is, not cool, but the only saving grace right now is there's a charger down here while I wait for my phone while I'm waiting for the lift. And away we go. So we found it, thanks to my driver, Herman. Hello. So I'm going to get out here. I'm going to walk around a little bit. He gave me a little bit of a ride around the cemetery, but I'm heading up to Hank Aaron's grave and Martin Luther King Sr.'s grave. So we're just going to take a walk from here. Train in the distance. We are here at Southview Cemetery, Atlanta, Georgia. I came out here to pay respects to one of the greatest baseball players of all time, Hank Aaron, Hammerin' Hank, as he was known. I got out here and noticed the cemetery is a lot cooler than it looked on Google Maps. So thanks to my driver Herman for giving me a little ride around. It's a big cemetery, really big cemetery. I'm just going to take a walk around. I know where Hammerin' Hank's grave is at, so I'm going to walk up there eventually, but it's a wet day, so I don't want to get too into the mud anyway. But for now, let's walk around and take in some of the sights here at this cemetery. All right, that is no small hill, so let me catch my breath and we will continue on. Well, if I was to say that this is not eerie, I would be lying. This is a little eerie. The cemetery itself, I was doing some research. Let me see what I've got here. It's pretty old. I mean, it's really old cemetery. One of the oldest in Atlanta. It's called Southview. It is about 10, it wasn't that far. It was about 10 miles from the hotel, which was, my hotel's in Midtown pretty much. So it's really right below downtown. It's not very far at all. But there's a lot of really fresh graves out here. The driver that brought me out here, again, shout out to Herman, a new viewer, hopefully subscriber to the channel. If you're watching, thank you, Herman. Thank you for getting me out here, and thank you for the quick drive around to show me how large this cemetery really is. I'm glad I did not get dropped off at the bottom of the hill and have to walk up here. It's about a mile. Just walking around, there is a lot of history here. I'm seeing a lot of unfortunate weather has hit Atlanta in the last couple days, especially for this time of the year. They've had a lot of rain, and a huge tornado came through, not here but close to here, and some high winds and heavy rains have really damaged quite a bit here at this cemetery. But we're gonna keep trekking on. I just wanted to take a look around some of the other areas before heading up to Hank Aaron's area. And yes, I am being careful not to step on any graves or disrupt any graves. That is an odd one right there. Very old. The work is done. The victory won. My darling husband, Major J. Lee. This one here, 1940, 1939. Oh, here we go. So this one was, oh, okay. Willie Willis, 1939. Gone but not forgotten. And I'm also kind of a sucker for the Celtic crosses. I know that's not their proper name. Oh, these ones are very nicely made. All right, very nice. We're gonna head up here to the road, the main road. Take a left. Southview. In February 1886, a group of formerly enslaved African-American men, Jacob McKinley, George Graham, Robert Grant, Charles Morgan, Albert Watts, and John Render, petitioned the state of Georgia for a charter to establish the Southview Cemetery Association. A new cemetery gave African Americans an alternative to Atlanta's segregated burial grounds and provided an environment where they could be buried with dignity. Originally 25 acres, Southview has expanded to approximately 100 acres and contains over 70,000 burials. I wanted to take a look at that above ground vault there. I call them vaults because I can't think of the name of what they're actually called. If anybody knows, put it in the description so I know for future reference. Those are pretty cool. Oh, let's see. Oh boy, let's see here. Looking at my watch. As you can see, this is the entrance area. There's a couple different entrances. This is the main gate to that road there, which about a block, I'd say, maybe you can see it up there, is the main entrance for this side. If you Google map Hank Aaron's grave, this is the road that it's basically pinned alongside. So this one here is Bishop Fuller. Wow. Very interesting. Oh, look at that one. 1924 to 1928. (2023) new V 2023, new me, new videos. I do have notes. Hank Aaron was one of my all-time favorite players, and I was very sad when he passed away. It's just been a couple years now, basically during COVID. It was not from COVID, it was from natural causes at home, which is good to know, good to hear. One of the all-time best baseball players ever. So let's go take a look at his grave. All right, this is the row right here, and there is the two sites that I was that I came here to look at. First, I'll pay my respects to Reverend Martin Luther King Sr. They called him Daddy King. He died in 1984, and his wife Alberta Williams died in 1974, 10 years before him. He has a marker, a plot, just two down from Hank Aaron. Hammerin' Hank Aaron was his name. And like I said, I do have some notes, so I'll try to read those eloquently and not disturb any of the other graves here. We go with the Reverend Martin Luther Sr. Born December 19th, 1899. Passed away 11th of November in 1984. I love everyone. Still in business, just moved upstairs. And Alberta Williams passed away June 30th of 1974. Her life shall be fulfilled Oh, I'm sorry. Her life shall be filled with music. And in between that, Henry Louis Hank Aaron. One of Major League Baseball's greatest. That is a major understatement. Hammer and Hank Aaron was a right fielder for 23 seasons, 1954 through 1976. Some of his more outstanding stats, he had 24 or more home runs every year from 1955 through 1973. He is one of only 2 players to hit 30 or more home runs in at least 15 seasons. He holds MLB records for the most career RBIs, extra base hits, and total bases. He is third all-time for career hits with 3,771. Only people above him, I believe, are Ty Cobb and who is it? Oh, Pete Rose. Pete Rose and Ty Cobb. He is one of only 4 players to have at least 17 seasons with 150 or more hits. Even without his home runs, he still has over 3,000 hits. 3,000 hits is generally a benchmark to be considered for the Hall of Fame. Hank Aaron has 3,000 hits before any of his home runs. Just an amazing fact that I thought was interesting. But Hank Aaron was born and raised in Mobile, Alabama. He had a brother named Tommy, which is also buried out here. I couldn't find it, but Tommy died in 1984. This is it. This is the final resting place of one of Major League Baseball's greatest hitters, one of the nicest human beings of all time. I'm not concerned about how I am perceived as a baseball player. I am concerned about how I am thought of as a human being. Rest in peace, Mr. Hank Aaron. I enjoy making these types of videos. If you guys enjoy watching these types of videos, consider subscribing. Hit the notification button so you don't miss anything. Give me a thumbs up and leave a comment. I love replying to all the comments. From the Southview Cemetery here in Atlanta, Georgia. Final resting place of Hank Aaron, hammering Hank Aaron, and Martin Luther King Sr. right next to each other. Many others. I will talk to you again in the next video.